back here at the canal. Got a little, it's a Southern Pro tiny worm, 1/32 ounce jig head. I'm going to toss it around here for a little bit. Usually there's some bluegills that hang out here, some small bass. Water's a little higher than, a little high and muddy, but we'll see if anything's going to bite. See some fish following it. Whoop, had one. Looked like a little bluegill. Drop it right here, see if anything's hanging out in that little brush. Whoop, there was. Hanging out in that little brush pile right there. See if it'll come back out. Getting a couple little hits. It's tougher fish in this cloudy water. You can't, I'm used to being able to see what's going on with my bait and tell, like, if one's just got it by the tail or if it's got the whole thing in its mouth or what. And you really can't tell at all, so you're fishing 100% by feel. And, you know, the problem with bluegill fishing by feel is how they bite. Oh, that was a little bass. Is how they bite is they're you know, they're more of a nipper, so they'll bite the tail a lot of the time and they don't get the whole bait in their mouth, but you know, they'll bite the tail and run with it and it feels just like you got a fish. Oh, here we go. Little bluegill. Nice colors on him. Nice little one. See if we can get another one out of there. You can get a lot of them hang out right on the side of this wall here where the current comes in and kind of pushes stuff in, and so you know, they hang out on the other side on that current break and wait to ambush stuff floating by. All right, so before I let you go, I was mentioning how bluegills will bite the tail of baits. So what I've got here is, this is a 1/32 ounce jig head with no collar. So it's just, you know, just the ball head and then right down to the hook, and then this tiny worm. And what I do is, you know, I got a box of these, you know, the little pack that they come in, and I'll take a couple jig heads, you know, 3 or 4 or something, and I'll rig them all up, and then I put super glue on them so that, you know, that's not going to pull off. Eventually it will, but, you know, one fish, like a bluegill pulling the tail of this, will pull the bait halfway down if it's not glued on. And these are such small-bodied baits that if it had that, you know, the molded barb, it would just tear the body putting it on there. So I super glue up, you know, 3 or 4 of them before I go out, or, you know, if I know I'm going to be using them in a day or two, I might do a bunch of them right away. But I mean, I rig this one up and I'll fish this all day until it breaks off or rips up or whatever, and then I'll either tie on another one that I have rigged up, or I've got a couple other baits I brought with me. But I just wanted to share that tip. You know, super glue bluegill plastics to your jig heads, because, you know, more than a lot of species of fish, they will just pull on the tail and mess up your plastic for you. So I think that's going to do it for the video for today. Got one bluegill and a couple hits. Like I said, I want to keep these kind of short in one take, so I don't have a lot of editing to do until I get my new computer in the future. So thanks for watching. So one cast after I turned the camera off, threw right back in by those rocks, right where that trash bag is, and had this one come out and hit it. So I figured I can put one more clip in this video. Nice bluegill. This one a little bigger than the first one. Not real big, but a little bigger. Get him unhooked and back in he goes. So here's the end of it. Thanks for watching.